All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And before we jump into this chart analysis, I do want to share with you guys today's home runs. We had a phenomenal start to the day, especially through the volatility of the market. Even when the market is red and portfolios are looking red, I consistently am looking for opportunities to make a 5 to 10% opportunity on a regular day, 10 to 20% on a great day, and 20% plus are home runs. We hit 3 home runs today and 1 great opportunity. So if this is something that interests you and you want to become part of the community of Invest for Tomorrow over at the Discord, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below in the description, and I'm going to share with you guys the stocks we watched today, and we look forward to having you join us. You can become part of it too. So here we are with the 4 ticker symbols I mentioned. This was our least performing BMRA, giving us 10 to 15% quick on the morning. It kind of consolidated and took off. NTEC, this one gave us 20% plus. PHUN, 20% plus. And CERC, 20% plus. You could see when I mentioned them, and if you look at the charts, you will see it for yourselves. So this is PHUN, and I talked about it at 133 as it was pulling back. I was looking for that weakness to find a bottom. No one knows the bottom, but you can always look for it. Then some strength. And then right at the bell, it hit a low of 132 and took off to a high of 156, guys. 20% plus within minutes. Now, the other one that performed pretty impressive right off the bat, and it was actually flying pretty fast, was CERC. And here we are with it pulling back. It was consolidating pretty nicely, pulled back to a low here of 276 and took off to a high of 327, guys. 20% plus opportunity as well. And these are opportunities that I get in, I get out, I look for my 5 to 10%, 10 to 20%, and if it goes beyond 20%, it's a home run, guys. And that's where we try to nail those as much as possible. If that's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. Let's jump into this chart, and the link to the Discord is down below in the description. Stay tuned. So here we are with Ocgn stock, Ocugen Inc., and we can see here in the chart that there's been some consolidation and some strength. Now, I have said before that this needs to get above $10 to really show some strength, but it has had a great recovery in the last several days from those lows down here of 762. So some strength has been shown. It's pushing upwards, and we're kind of sitting sideways after this dip. Now, this is showing strength overall from where it came from, right? Way back here at $5, definitely showing some strength. And some important things to look at here in the chart right now is way more important than any news, because sometimes news and all the hype and speculation can fog up your perspective and your focus, right, as an investor. Now, there is a lot of negative catalysts, and then there's a lot of positive catalysts on both sides for this one right now. There's a lot of things going on, going for Ocugen, and then there's a lot of things making Ocgn stock have a little bit of hurdles to go ahead and break through. Now, I have said in my previous video that I've looked at different articles, and I looked at what I used to talk about from older articles, how this could possibly already have priced in the value of Covaxin if it goes through. We'll have to see, because if hype really comes back, there could be another speculative run, right? But this needs news. Ocugen jumps on news. We've seen it time after time after time on the history of the chart, and every single time it has spiked to the point where it just spiked from the $5 range all the way to $16. Now, there was plenty of articles saying that $16 was a great opportunity to remove some profits. I shared that video as well. But let's go ahead and talk here about the 50-day moving average, and that's 960. Anything above it is bullish. Anything below it is bearish. You do want to watch that closely and keep that in mind. So we are in tug-of-war zone here, but there has been some strength. We just want to watch it very, very carefully. So here we are with our support, and that's 974. Not that far from the price. If it gets broken through, the next point I would look at is right here at 963. To see how it reacts between that support, the next support, and the 50-day moving average, to see if the bulls can reappear or if the bears are dominating. So do keep that in mind and watch that very closely. Now, The most important point for the bulls and for this tug of war to be won by the bulls and continue this momentum from the $7 mark to hit newer highs and build that bullish rally over time. The bulls need to break through the high of the day that got rejected 3 times, and that's 1012, guys. 1012 needs to be broken through, turn into a support so that the bulls can reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and pull further away from the 50-day moving average, deeper into bullish territory. So right now, the biggest catalyst that Ocgn stock needs is the emergency use approval and also that momentum of good news that yes, phase 3 trials have coming out, and then more information on it and the different variants, and just continuing to put this one in the spotlight as it did when this run happened for the last 2 weeks, and now it's been pulling back towards earnings, and then all the speculation of, you know, emergency use approval not happening, yes happening, and also the discouraging fact that many articles are saying that it could be already priced in that 1 billion net worth that they can obtain, right? Net profit, not net worth, excuse me, net profit that they can obtain from distributing the Covaxin vaccine in the spring of Q2. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. And now we're going to jump into the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list if you don't have it already. I've talked about it over at the Patreon in the last 2 weeks. It pulled back pretty hard, and this is a great opportunity to start watching it and paying close attention to how it continues to react moving forward. Stay tuned for that. All I'm asking for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. The ticker symbol I have for us today is one that I've talked about over at the Patreon for the last 2 weeks, and the opportunity is now more than ever because it got destroyed from yesterday to today because earnings was coming up, and now it's picking back up, guys. Now, it doesn't guarantee it will continue to go higher, but this is a stock to go ahead and start watching if you don't have it already. And it's a growth stock, so it has a little bit of vulnerability to the pullbacks of the S&P and the overall market. But in the long term, it may be one of those that will reward investors that were patient, did their due diligence, and understand what they were doing. So if you want to gain full access to the stocks I mentioned over at the Patreon, the link is down below. It'll gain you access to the Discord and even my stock market and emotional intelligence series, where you get to know more about the stock market, especially if you're learning or beginning, and I talk about charts and the overall market to equip you to become a better investor, to take your portfolio to newer levels, guys. We maximize profits and minimize losses. That's what we focus on every single day. So the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list if you don't have it already is PSFE, guys. Paysafe, okay? This is a SPAC merger, but the opportunities are there in this sector, guys. This is a pretty small company compared to its competitors. I'm not saying it could be a Square. I'm not saying it's going to be a PayPal. I'm not saying it's going to be any of those. But the potential in this sector for this space with Paysafe, it's going to get its piece of the pie, and I'm sure the opportunity is there. I mean, look at that. It hit its all-time low after the SPAC merger and pulled back here to a low here of 1076, okay? And I told everyone this weekend over at the Patreon to start watching it, and now we're up already almost $1 and some change. When I tell you guys over at the Patreon to watch something, it's because the opportunities are coming, and we're trying to catch them at the best opportunity possible, guys. I look at these stocks like a hawk, and I strike for the opportunity. Now, I personally swing traded this, and I will at some point start to build a position in it if I start seeing strength or consolidation and try it out again, right? That's what I like to do once I see and understand what's going on. But at the end of the day, this is a long-term opportunity. It is a SPAC merger, so you want to keep that in mind. SPACs could be a little bit speculative, but in the sector and what Paysafe does, I could see this actually becoming a bigger company and also reflecting in its share price, right? Because when companies grow, it's only 8.6 billion right now. If it grows just 2x, 3x of that, it will reflect in its share price, either 2x or 3x of that, or maybe, 1.5x, like instead of, just going up a whole entire 2x, 0.5, something like that. So it's pretty interesting. Basically, this can go anywhere from where it's at right now all the way up to $16, $17, $18, or it can go all the way up to the 20s or 30s, right? But we have to see how the company grows and how they do moving forward. But today's earnings was not quite the best, right? It wasn't anything special. Okay, so that's something I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware of. And right now, they're not profitable, but over time, they have a chance to get their piece of the pie. So do your due diligence, do your research, check out more information on them. Paysafe is the one you want to have on your watch list moving forward for consolidation, weakness, or momentum to the upside. Stay tuned for more videos, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.